Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, with my lovely co-host,
Krystal.
As always, we are bringing you guys awesome interviews, and today we are bringing you guys an awesome interview with the band Auxilia. They're from Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to be talking to them about their new album that they're working on right now, and what's going on, and hopefully stuff in the near future. So guys, can you introduce yourself if you don't mind?
Absolutely. I am Chris Davis. I do vocals.
I'm Larry Tukolsky. I play drums.
I'm Joey Park. I play guitar.
I'm Kenny Storm. I play guitar and do backup vocals.
And Crispy, our bassist, isn't with us today, unfortunately.
Let's jump right into this. So you guys are working on a new album right now. What's impressed you the most about working on this new album? Is there anything that's caught your eye about it, if anything?
You know, we've been doing this for quite some time, and what we've done is, you know, with our first EP, it was a heavy hitter for us, and what we've done is we're actually producing it ourselves. And the good thing with that is we can take our time and, do what we want. So we are very excited. We've released a couple singles over the last couple months that we're very, very proud of. The name of the tunes are Raise Your Glass, and we just released a couple weeks ago, Absent from Concern. So, you know, really what's caught our eye is, you know, we're growing as a band. We've been doing this 4 years now. And we're just getting stronger and stronger as the days go along, and we're very, very happy with where we're at right now.
Are you guys floating around any titles for your album right now?
That's a hot topic. It's right now, we're trying to release it this fall or this winter, so. We've thrown around a couple of ideas with the title, what we're going to call it, but we don't have anything set in stone quite yet. But, that should be happening really soon. So hopefully we have a title for that really soon, and we can continue to release these singles to, show everybody what this album is going to be and what it's going to do.
You know, John 5, on his last album, he released every song on that album every month until it was completed. And then he released the album out, which I thought was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we want to do to keep everybody's interest is release a track, every couple of months to keep the buzz going, to keep our name out and about, because if you go dormant in our style of music, that's a bad thing. So what we're trying to do is, every month, every other month, we're trying to go about every 2 or 3 months and release a new track. So like I said, we just released a couple weeks ago our single for Absent from Concern, which is available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and all the social outlets where you can pick that up.
You just mentioned these songs that you guys are just released, these couple singles, but are these the songs on the album that stick out more to you than any of them, or what's what's for each of you guys?
No.
I think it was a mixture, a little bit of just needing to get some new music out there. And I mean, at least for me, I'm a little bit just impressed with all the stuff we're putting out right now, just because it's a little more aggressive, it's a little more mature than what we were doing before, and I think it's really progressing this band into the right direction to take the next step.
I mean, he hit the nail on the head. Is we all, we're 5 different individuals, and one thing that we like to do is we like to take our influences and put them all together. And make our music, and that's one thing we pride ourselves on is basically we take all our influences and put them together, and that's where you get the Auxilia sound from. We all grew up on different material. Our one guitarist, he loves 80s hair metal, Tesla, Journey, what else, Joey? Boston's his favorite,
Oh, no.
yeah, so we got several different influences, but honestly, that helps us out. It's one thing we take all those influences and put them together to come up with our sound. So, and that's why I like that we have a broad influence spectrum to where we can make our sound. So that's one thing that we all love and pride ourselves on is we take all our influences and put them in our sound.
Yeah, and especially being able to take our time writing the album like we have, even in the one album, you'll definitely be able to hear the progression of what we've been doing, because everything's been getting just heavier and more aggressive and a little more in your face.
I can't even remotely listen to Journey with a little Japanese guy up there. Don't stop believing.
Yeah, well, I've seen them twice, and if you close your eyes, you think it's Steve Perry. So
Really?
it's,
Wow.
oh, it's. I mean, the guy sounds just like him. So
Yeah, I heard he's actually pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Yeah, but
I've heard people say he's better than the original, actually.
Oh, no.
That's hard. That's yeah, but no, it's back to it is with our influences. We take a mixture. Like I said, one guitarist grew up on Metallica, the other was on Boston, and me personally, Pantera and all those other things, more than some older death metal, and then Larry's a lot younger than the rest of us, about a 10, 12-year difference. So
yeah, I was kind of more on the more modern stuff going on now, but I was like some stuff like some Steve Miller Band or something.
Oh, no.
He's a joker.
Quakers.
Definitely a joker.
Yes, definitely a toker.
Definitely a joker. Totes McGee's.
Lieutenant Snacks.
And you guys smoke weed?
Krystal could answer that one.
Oh, I do.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Speak more, Krystal.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear your voice.
They're a little quiet over there.
Yeah.
She does a Beanfield Anselmo voice.
I'm kind of stoned right now, to be perfectly honest.
That figures.
Hey, you gotta be.
Yeah. How much growth musically do each of you feel like you've experienced since joining Auxilia?
Well, I could say I've only been in the band for 2 years, and I think these guys have pushed me to play the best I've played in my life. So
You better.
I don't know about those guys.
with everything that we write, I just want it to grow. I want it to sound better than anything we've done before. I want it to be heavier than what we've done, faster, just more grimy, whatever. I just want it to sound better and progressed. Mm-hmm. So it's important to always keep progressing no matter what. I think that's the whole point in playing music.
Well, to go with Joey's point too, is if you listen to our EP we released 4 years ago, you can hear the growth just in the couple singles we've released over the last couple months compared to our EP. It's just you can hear the maturity and what we've done, and just how much we've grown just as a band in 4 years. We're just going to continue to whatever we release. Hopefully, it gets better and better. And by the time we release our EP this coming fall, that everybody just hears a very mature, heavy piece of machinery when it comes out.
I think we've been writing for the crowd too more. We like to see the crowd movement, and the more you stay in the groove and still, keep your metal roots at the same time, you can't write too complicated, because then a lot of people can't throw down and mosh pit and crowd surf. And
Exactly.
we tend to encourage that a good bit when we play live.
Yeah, we're not like fucking sellouts, like, oh, we're going to write some money, just write some music just to make some money, but we're also smart about it. It's for us, but we understand that without them, there's no us.
Exactly. You guys get it. Yep.
Yeah, you got to. We've all done this for a while, and what you got to do is you got to stay current with the with what's out now. But you also, like you said, our influences. We don't want to leave the roots of what we grew up on. So we try to take all that stuff and modernize it. And one thing we pride ourselves on is putting a great live show on. We could probably write a little bit more flashy, a little bit more technical, a little bit more shred. But, what we decided to do when we first started this band several years ago is let's have fun, and let's do what feels good. And, what feels good is just like Kenny said, is with the movement, with everybody throwing down, keeping everybody's attention. Because if we all want to go to a show, we want to see a good live show, and that's one thing that.
Yeah, it's about the whole experience.
Yeah,
it's not really a gimmick either. Because we don't have necessarily, I would say, something like, we always have something live that's an energy about us, whether it be all the way down to us just playing on a really small stage with nothing but our amps, to a huge stage with all of our big light show and all that stuff. And we try to sound as much like our album as possible, with our samples in the background all the way down to just every little detail. we really try to go back for the old school ways of playing when you see somebody live and it's better than their album, which doesn't seem possible because the album's so good. I think our album this time that we're coming out with is going to be extremely solid. We're getting a lot better at the recording process and at the writing process too, and this is probably the most professional we've ever sounded, I think.
So let's go to the writing process. What do you guys do to keep your minds fresh and open to new ideas and stuff you've not even done before? And how do you stop from getting like writer's block and stuff like this? Because I mean, it happens, but what do you guys do? Do you think differently or what?
Man, I think that when you're writing, you just kind of need to not listen to everything that's around you for once. Like sit down and toy around with your guitar. Right. See what you can come up with, see what different tones you can create, and then add what you're already doing into the mix. And you can come up with some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's just feeling too. I mean, it's not like we're like fucking rock stars and we sit around and write music all day. It's like you go to work and you have to deal with life and it's stressful, and it's like we kind of just take all that out in our music, and that's, I think, how we get Auxilia is kind of just like we're kind of just writing how we feel, like how you can't. We're kind of just writing in music the things you wish you could fucking express to everybody all day, every fucking day.
How much local support do you guys get from fans, radio play, and venues?
A lot. I mean, that's one thing we pride ourselves on, is doing things the right way. There's like Larry said earlier in the interview, is you can sell out and just try to be gimmicky and try to go do what's popular right now. One thing we've prided ourselves on is growing our fan base locally, and because without their support, this band's nothing. So if we don't have the support of family, friends, fans, anybody else, I mean, other bands, we're nothing. Right. And we try to help out any way possible we can, for the Charlotte scene, because it's pretty
tough out there.
Yeah, and I think that kind of I think that point comes across in the Raise Your Glass music video too, because it kind of just shows like how much a part of Auxilia all our friends and fans and family really is, even though they probably don't even realize it.
Yeah, I mean, to go along with Larry, and we couldn't do it without the local support. I mean, we have a very, very good local following that we built from the ground up, and with that, with the support, it gets better and better every show. I mean, like the last show we played, I don't know what a lot of local bands do, in other states and all that, but we had a local show that was over 500 people.
We had crowd surfing, wall of death, all that.
And shout out to the Fillmore Underground as well, because that place, every venue in Charlotte that's been our home since we were kids it's just closed. Like there's been 4 big ones in the past just few years of us, our band, and now with the Underground, at least there's a place where we can go, and a lot of people like to show up to, and they encourage really good, especially the crowd movement. That was probably one of the best shows we've had in Charlotte as far as crowd participation, and that's really nice to get to see all the hard work you put into the music. Like the fans appreciate it, and I guess that's what it's all about in general.
Yeah, and we have a lot of people will bring their kids and tell us it's like their first metal show, and that's got to be one of the best feelings for all of us, probably.
And, Chris always gets the kid that's his first show, brings him up, pretty much on his shoulders and holds him up in front of the whole crowd and plays a song with him and everything. And that always makes if that would have happened to me when I was a kid at my first show, that would have been like just life-changing for me. And it's really nice, when you meet new people every day, and we don't get to meet a whole lot of them because we don't get to play a whole lot of shows yet, but we're definitely getting there. And it seems like all the fans really take, kindly to everything that we do and how nice we are to people, and we just treat people how we'd like to be treated, and give them a good experience when they come out.
We just treat them like nice people. Like we don't treat them like they owe us anything, because they don't.
That's pretty awesome to bring a kid up and do that. That a lot of respect for you guys to do that, because some bands would be just like, we're just gonna do our set and get off here. And
well, like I said, I've been in the band for only 2 years now, and I've probably seen that at least 4 or 5 times. Where it's a kid like 10 years old or younger and saying it's their first metal show, and we just want to give them that like ultimate experience.
Sure. I mean,
that's awesome.
I'm in Eastern Kentucky, and the scene here is just shit. I mean, there's nothing here. So
Yeah, I mean it's all closing down over here, so we're trying to get farther out.
Lexington ain't that bad.
no, Lexington's okay. You know,
Louisville, Lexington, and
Northern Kentucky.
Northern Kentucky. You know, we actually I went and watched the show a few years back. At the time, I was helping a friend of mine's band out do vocals, and it was at Western Kentucky University, and I mean it was 1,000 people there, and I mean the bands were terrible, but I mean, but when you're out there, I mean, back to the point to where I personally see a kid out there, and I literally in between breaks of the song, I try to ask, hey, is this his first metal show? Is this, because like you said, that goes a long way, is we have to build our local support first and foremost. We're trying to do things the right way, going about getting signed. Unfortunately, this didn't happen right out of high school and us as a high school band. So we have to go about things a little bit different, but we're trying to, like you said earlier in the interview, we're trying to stay true to our roots and what we write. Joey, Kenny, and Larry and Crispy do a phenomenal job writing, and I personally can't wait to continue to put out new music because it's blowing my mind, and I know it's blowing everybody else's mind in the band what we're writing, because like I said, is we're getting more mature with each song, and I mean if you just go listen between Raise Your Glass and Absent from Concern, you'll hear. I mean, it's two totally different songs, and that's one thing we pride ourselves on is when you click to the next song on our album, we want it to be a different experience for our fans and whoever listens to it. I don't want it to sound like a 35, 40-minute one track, and that's with a lot of these bands that are out nowadays. It seems like one continuous track. We'll take a little bit of this if we're feeling it, and we'll write a new song, and it shows. So we can't wait to continue to release. We're actually working on something else right now. Hopefully we're releasing videos soon for the new song. But we got a lot of good things going right now that we're super excited about. This coming Friday, and I'll shut up, this coming Friday in Columbia, South Carolina, in New Brooklyn Tavern. This will probably be pre-recorded and released a little bit after, but this coming Friday on May 19th, we're actually playing with Born of Osiris, so that's going to be a lot.
And for the Fallen Dreams the next day.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're super excited, and I mean it's we're one big dysfunctional family. I mean
sure.
5 different personalities, but we make it work. We pride ourselves on that we make it work.
Yeah. By the way, can I say I wish you did a video because we look really good right now.
Like I said, I could see you guys. You guys just can't see me. So.
This is all the bad stuff.
Those guys, I'm good. No, it's but no.
He's gonna turn this into his local police department.
Yeah, well, don't turn this into.
Oh man, we're calling Colorado right now.
We're in Colorado. Remember that. So anybody sees this, yeah.
What can fans expect at a show from Auxilia? I said it right that time.
You did.
Yes. Awesome.
Sweet. Take that, Krystal.
Jumping and
high energy. I mean, that's
all around good time. A lot of drinks.
Party.
It's basically a party. We like to party.
I mean, we're not really a party band, but we do like to party. We don't party till after the show.
Yeah,
we like to rock and roll part of every day.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we just like everyone to leave the venue feeling like they got the full, like I said, like the full experience. Like they got the Auxilia experience.
Right. Yeah.
Make it feel as much not like a local show as possible.
True.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we try to say is fake it till you make it. You don't fake it, but you also gotta. You got to put on that show, like Larry and Kenny both just said, is you got to put on that show to make people remember you.
Right, like we like going up there and people come and tell us we look like a national act.
Yeah, that always feels good.
It does. We're very, very happy with the product that we put out, and we want everybody that comes to our shows, like I said, to feel like they spent their money. Because they're spending their hard-earned money. It's not us, so we want to give them the best show possible we can. When they spend that $10 to get in, $15 to get in, $20 on a shirt, we want them to be happy when they walk out the door and get in their car and be like, man, that was a really good show.
And maybe, remember our name. We even have a shirt that says Auxilia and has the pronunciation, not Auxilla.
Yeah, we'll have to send you one.
Yeah, we'll have to send you guys a shirt. So.
You're one of the many that's messed it up. So it's not
email Larry and we'll send you guys, we'll send you guys some.
We'll give you a care package.
Some swag.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Just put swag in the interview, man.
I don't know who's wearing
Our
it.
credit's going down so much now. Our street credit.
Oh my God! There you go. There you go, Krystal. Street cred. She thinks she's she thinks she's got some street cred because she lives like a block from the ghetto. Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, we are in the ghetto.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
We in the ghetto.
West Side's finest. Yes.
Well, how do you guys feel about the digital era that we're in regards to music, recording music, distributing music?
Yeah, you could ask all those dudes because they're like ancient.
No, I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's I love it because everything sounds great. It sounds professional as can be, but I hate it because there's I feel like a lot of the organicness of music is being taken away, and almost any band can sound great now if they just go in the studio and hit a couple notes, I mean, an engineer can take you a long way.
But also some of the old school ways that we all learned how to record from a 4-track when I was growing up.
Yeah.
All the way up to the point of just, click the button with the mouse. I mean,
yeah, it's nice. It has its pros and cons.
Yeah, still a computer. Still can drive you crazy. So
I pretty much grew up in the digital age, and I like it.
Spoiled.
I like that you don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to have equipment in a room when you can just have programs a lot. And personally, I think the hardest thing to make sound amazing on an album is the drums. And nowadays, drums are they're not easy, but they're so much easier than they used to be. And you can just make them sound extremely big and heavy and really change your sound on your recordings,
Sad part is you can spend a lot of money on the inputs too, the different tracks that you want to do. So
yeah, the plugins.
Yeah, the plugins for them. Yeah, you can spend a lot of money on that.
I was looking at one today. It was like $500.
Good God.
Yep, one thing.
One thing.
And it literally just does something you could do yourself. It just makes it easier.
What does Auxilia bring to the table for music, guys, that's not out there right now?
Old school.
That's really hard to say since, everything in existence is out now.
Well, what we can bring is what I said earlier in the interview is we take our influences and, we try to stay true to that. And I'm getting a thumb down. I'm interested to hear what he's going to say, but
just not the same thing you said 6 times already.
Speak up. So I'm not the only one speaking.
Oh.
Don't be a
all right, yeah.
Answer it.
I mean,
Well, I don't think, obviously, no one's really reinventing the wheel at this point, but I think there is a uniqueness to what we do as far as, we bring in the backtracks to accompany us and, just our own personal feeling in our music. I couldn't say that we sound exactly like somebody, but you could probably hear a little bit of influence in what we do.
We also have 2 producers that we use quite often, our friends RJ Payson and Kyle Dameron. Kyle is in It Lies Within, and he usually helps us from the road, but he does a lot of our help with production work and the sounds in the background. And I do feel like some of the keys and samples that we've been incorporating into all this, it really adds more to metalcore than just straight breakdowns and leads. It gives it more of somewhat, I guess, almost an orchestral feeling in a couple places in the newer songs that we're working on. So we kind of try to go as epic as possible, but not make it sound, a little bit unrealistic. So we're really pushing the limits this time, I think.
What made each of you want to become a musician?
Something I've wanted to do since childhood. I don't know. I always saw my grandmother's Elvis Presley posters and stuff and thought that he was a cool looking dude. So I wanted to play music.
For me, I saw Travis Barker on MTV when I was a kid, and I thought he was so fucking cool that's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
No bullshit.
Well, I'm not going to lie, Metallica got me into that. And since they're so huge, it's really nice to be able to just obviously not many people can ever follow in the footsteps, but you just kind of aim big, and that's just kind of what they did, especially since they were just 4 guys from a garage, and they weren't professionally trained. That just let me know that I could do it from the ground up, and I might not be phenomenal, but we can all hold our own in this band, and that kind of keeps us going, I think. It might have been, now we've been doing it for so long, I don't know what I would do if I quit. I would be so bored because we spend so much time doing this stuff. We wouldn't have any lives at all.
Yeah, well, for me, everybody said I look just like Fred Durst, so that just kind of made me. I just catapulted that.
He actually knows Fred Durst.
And I actually know him, so that's. I think everybody kind of growing up, if you watch TV and MTV, you kind of wanted to be that. You kind of wanted to be that rock star.
Back when they actually used to play music.
Yeah. What was the show? Total Request Live.
I remember that.
You remember that?
Sure do.
Yeah.
I remember when they had the.
Cut that one out. Don't put that one on there. No, but I think everybody has a little bit of that rock star. And going back to the Beatles, to the Eagles, to the like Joey said, Elvis Presley, to whatever rock or what a country icon, Johnny Cash. Everybody can. Garth Brooks. Oh yeah, Garth Brooks is definite.
Yeah.
Aaron Brooks, no, we all kind of had that growing up. You regardless if you could play an instrument or not, you always kind of wanted to be that rock star. So we.
Plus, who wants to work every day?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Like that Dire Straits song. That's this is money for nothing and your chicks for free. But we all have chicks, so that kind of goes up.
Happily married.
I'm batting 0 for 0 for both. So. Is there any show or moment that stands out to you guys more that you can recall being part of Auxilia that you couldn't believe that this was going on? Like, I can't believe we're on stage doing this right now.
I think personally it was the show we just played at the Underground, that Reason to Find CD release show. Like Kenny said before, there was like about over 500 people, and that was the first time we really had like a bunch of crowd surfing and Wall of Death and all that, and where we really felt like, I think at least for me, that was my first true like rock star feeling moment in this band.
We opened up for Seven Dust, and that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, a little backflag on the Seven Dust thing is the show was scheduled, and that's when Charlotte, some of them idiots got crazy, and we had a shutdown of Charlotte. No, I'm going to tell the reason that made that show so significant for us is when we got up on stage to play, there was a VIP section up there, and we saw members of Korn, Breaking Benjamin, and Alter Bridge sitting up there watching us, and then we had those guys actually come and tell us they enjoyed our set.
Wow.
Seven Dust was on the side of the stage, so a few of us grew up listening to Seven Dust since they started in 96, Joey. Is that when they started? So that was a really cool moment for us, and we got some things lined up that's just as big as that we're really excited about.
Seven Dust is a great band, still a great band to this day.
Oh,
Yeah, they are.
They get better and better each album.
Guys, I don't know if you get this or not, but if so, what's it mean to you when you receive an email from a fan or prior to the shows or after the shows? They tell you that your music has pulled them through a bad experience, or it's gave them inspiration to overcome obstacles, or it's just made them to, relax with the everyday bullshit that we go through. If so, what's that mean to you guys?
It means the world.
Man.
Everything.
While we do it.
When you grow up, when something hits you at that right moment, when you're going through something, and it hits you like that piece of music just captures you, you would like to just say to that person, like, thank you for getting me through this, even though you never could. Nowadays, with stuff like, social media, people can just send you a message the next day or even that evening. And, we've even had, what was that kid when we had him at the UFC fight when we played? Remember his mom sent us that real long paragraph, like, thanking us to how nice we were to him and everything?
Yeah, and we get stuff like that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy, he was, he had an illness, and, like I said, one thing that we do is we try to make our show an experience, and we kind of took the guy under our wing, and the mom the next day or the next couple of days sent us a really, really nice message that really touched all of us as a band. And
our friend Bobby.
Yeah, then we had a guy, a good friend of mine, he battled cancer for 6 years, and one of his last things he did was come to one of our shows, and that means the world to know that our music can actually help get through experiences, because we all go through those experiences as well. We all struggle with certain things on a daily basis as well. So to hear our fans and people come to us and say, your music got us through a really bad time in our lives, I mean, that's just, I mean, words can't describe that feeling. I mean, that's why we do what we do. I mean, that just makes us feel like we're doing the right things.
Yeah, like as much as music is an outlet for ourselves, we love to know that it helped you get through something or feel something.
Especially at a concert too. I mean, that's when you go to a concert and you can just release every bit of, you know, anger and everything you have in your life and just go out into the pit and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously we don't do that really that much anymore, you know, but I remember that when I was growing up, and like the feeling a band can make you have where it just overtakes everything that's going wrong and you don't think about anything else. I mean, that's why music is so great. So, I mean, that's pretty much, I guess that's what it's all about for me too, when you hear people say that to us, you know.
I'd just like to say thank you guys for what you're doing. Keep on keeping on, because Krystal's like, get this band on the show. We got to get them out there some more. And I want to throw this out there to you guys too. When this album comes out, or EP, whatever you're going to release, let's set up a BODS Mayhem Hour show, so that way we can have a release on the show for it.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
And get us up to Kentucky.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Krystal will get you to Munchies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all got the munchies, so that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
She can get you over to, where's it at? Munchies in West Virginia, Krystal?
Yeah, and Beckley, I can probably get you guys on a show over there.
Hell yeah, let's hook that up.
We definitely.
I guess we'll be seeing you soon, West Virginia.
But no, our upcoming shows is I know the interviews winding down. We got this coming Friday, May 19th. New Brooklyn Tavern, Born of Osiris, and Bucking the Abstract, and Trees on Mars. Then the next night we are in Fayetteville.
Vietnam.
Yeah, Vietnam. For the Fallen Dreams. That's going to be a really good night. Then in June 24th, we are back at the Fillmore, which we absolutely love. We'll be back there for the Queen City Metal Fest.
The third annual.
We've been lucky to be a part of all three, and that's a very fun experience. And then, can I announce it?
Nope.
No, I can't announce it.
We got one in the pocket right now.
Really, really big one that's probably, that'll be up there with one of our best shows. I just got we can't announce it yet, but it's definitely going to be a burner. But, in all those times, we're going to be writing our new album, and we can't wait to share it with you guys.
Yeah, and well, just for the record, we will be releasing a couple more singles off the album, but we're not giving it all away.
Yeah, I don't blame you. How can folks stay in touch with you guys, buy this album that comes out, or the old EP right now, tour dates, things like that? How can they do that, guys?
Best way is probably Facebook. I mean, we're pretty easy to get in touch with personally either way, but if you message our Facebook, we're really good about answering. We answer usually everyone every single day.
Facebook, Instagram, those two are our main contacts. We also have other ways, but those two are our main.
We're not too cool to show some people some personal attention.
Before I let you guys go, would one of you care to do a promo for the show?
Sure.
This is Auxilia, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Yeah!
Woo!
Everybody stick around. We got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio from my lovely co-host,
Krystal.
We'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Thank you.